As you know that I have discussed about in previous class about how you take input as an integer. So I'm gonna in this class I'm planning to show you how you taking input from users as a float. So now I'm gonna create project here and say add new project. Click here and say taking input from users, or this one float or double. Create project here. Once again, click on the main project and choose which one I would like to start. So, for example, this time I'm using taking input from users double and then and remove this one none. So just I'm gonna start from this taking input from users float double. So click and OK. And now you can see here my project is created right now here, and I'm created here new file and source. Okay, so now this file is created right now, so I'm created simple preprocessor include library. As you already know that which library standard input output library, and then main method. Okay, so now I'm going to simply use scanf function for float. So simple how you can float variable data variable store taking input from user as a float and then store this float information on the screen. So now I'm going to start first float here, variable float, or I say like float height maybe, just simple. And then here I'm using scanf function. So scanf function simple I'm using percentage sign. Either here I'm using format specifier in first parameter. So first parameter is simply you say float f. So f like stand for I mean float number, like whatever like you fraction number float number you want to store. Or I see here height, and simply also use printf function which simple show like prompt on the screen like enter your height. And then now I can see one thing I need to also use here is symbol ampersand. So I've already discussed it. You use like ampersand signal, ampersand symbol, which is represent address memory address location of the variable, and you should always use inside scanf function ampersand, because the reason is that you should also point out the ampersand symbol like memory address location, like where you taking the input from the users, so you have to mention in that variable. So as I already discussed in previous class that how it works. So now I'm going to show you again printf. When I say like my height is for example exactly I use printf, sorry, what we say percentage sign and f access modifier and then height. Okay, and then here I'm using escape character, and I'm also use here escape character, and then I print the program and see. Now as always I need to override this problem. I have already mentioned that how you do that. Simple right click. So whether we have also many other functions or instead of using scanf, but right now I'm focusing on this method, but on my later videos I can show you how you can replace this one. So now I click preprocessor, click here, and then click edit, and then simply copy the space and click OK and OK. And then I'm click OK. So now you can see here anterior height. I think I need to also add this one. So I say enter your height, system say, and now you can see system prompt and system ask enter your height. So I say, for example, my height is 171.176 centimeters something. So I click, and now you can see here my height is 171.1640. It's represent because I'm using float here. Or for example, if I say uh, double double my length size, for example, I say length, for example, length, and exactly I say here height and length, and then one more time use the length. Okay, you have to remember that when you use for the format specifier for double is different, because when I'm using format specifier for float, so we always use this one F. This is the float format specifier. And what is the format specifier for double? So you have to remember that you use LD. So LD stands for, I mean, for double, like the double format specifier. So format specifier. And then you need to change also here height instead of length. So I'm just copy paste this code and then I say LD. Always remember you have to change the format specifier for double. And then here I'm length. And one more thing is you have to remember that what is actually the main difference between the data type of float and double. Float is basically like store seven characters after precision, after comma precision, or double is basically store 11 characters after precision. So it is bigger size in memory, or float is less than size in memory. So now I'm gonna click my project, execute my project, and see height or weight. And I say height, or maybe it's may confuse. So it's much better. I copy paste this one here, and then yeah, and then for length and height. So one by step, like first I insert height value and then after length. So first is height, for example, I say 171.76. Okay, and then length is 45.79, some long value. Okay, and now you can see here, mm, now I can see here the length value, and now you can see the height, and then it change length. I think I left. Enter my height for 171 point something, or length something 45 or something. And now I can see here my complete information. Length and height and length and like in float and double. So this is always remember this is the right is LF, not LD. This is my mistake. So float like simple float, or when you use double, so you use LF. So LF more specific format specifier for. So thank you for the video. So next video, I hopefully I will discuss about corrective.